He was the fantastic president. He let every professor do what they wanted to do.
This is a history of Charles Young and the university library.
He just left everybody alone to do their work. And
Who are you talking about? What's his name? Who are you talking
Charles
about?
Young. Charles E. Young, who founded this library here.
Speak
The
nice.
research library.
Jesus.
And once he left, everything fell apart. We have
And when was that? When did he go away? And when did everything fall apart?
Around 1990, he retired and went to become.
So when did you start teaching here? Could you take your mask off for a second, please?
1968.
Yes, that's when he arrived. He took the position of chancellor back then.
Charles Young had been chancellor for a couple of years when I got here. And he was the best we had. After Wilkie founded the possibility to do this, we built this wonderful research lab, which is now closed, I guess. Totally, isn't it? Wonderful. For a while it was open on...
For how many years did you teach here? When did you take the position at UCLA, Dr. Wilkie?
1968.
1968.
I came here in the summer of '68. I didn't teach until I didn't have to teach until 1969. We only taught 4 courses in a year. Because you're half-time research and half-time teacher. But now I'm as university research professor. I don't teach at all. I can do all my life. My life is dedicated to research. You can see the name up here.
Well, I found the name of the. I have found the name of the sculpture garden, etched in stone. So can you say of
Franklin Murphy Sculpture Garden?
Franklin Murphy Sculpture Garden.
He was the one who really built the university up for the first time. Where it was just a kind of a struggle. It opened in 1936, but it was a slow going until after World War II. And then Murphy really built this place up. And then Young really topped it off, bringing highest quality facts. And then let him do what they do best, research, and invent programs. The next presidents all wanted to control everything.
When did you invent Program on Mexico? When did you invent and when did you found the Program on Mexico at UCLA?
1982. And it became officially located, sponsored by UCLA from 82 to 2002.
Let's move toward the etching. So this is a URL library. Oh my God, I got all my books from here for my PhD.
University Research Library, URL.
You're moving too fast. Yes, Dr. Wilkie. And how many years did you teach at UCLA, Dr. Wilkie?
Until 2015, when I became a university research professor and didn't have to teach anymore, just do research.
You walked right into it.
Thank goodness, I wouldn't want to be teaching here in that long line. It's just very difficult.
Right. This is a very important place here, Bunch Hall. For how many years did you teach in Bunch Hall, James? I'm talking to you.
I taught in Broad. I taught in the school, engineering school. There were just buildings you can teach in any place on campus. Any place that you did have a large class, you have to look at the registrar to figure out where you're going to be moved around to. They always had to have a big class. And I always had good teaching assistants. everything was really working great until the new group came in. And when Young retired and went to the University of Singapore, of all places. And Dubai, I think he published Singapore Bridges, was a chancellor, president of Dubai.
Tell me about the Latin American studies. Can you stop for a second? Tell me about the Latin American studies and why you didn't want to become chair of it. Why did you turn down the position of chair of Latin American studies in the 80s
No,
and 90s?
I was chair of Latin American Studies.
When? How long?
For 10 years, 20 years.
For how many
It
years?
was only a teaching unit. I was never put in charge of, we didn't have any secretaries. I didn't want to be in charge of a department of histories or a department in the Latin American Center. I didn't want to be in the Latin American Center as president because it's just you have too many people to worry about. There's all kinds of struggles over space and who moves where and who can be what room. Office where the offices are scheduled. And you have to be there 8 to 5, and I don't work 8 to 5. I work 5 a.m. beginning. So I couldn't be in the I could not physically and temperamentally be working trying to direct secretaries to do different things.
Can you wait for a second? How long and what were your accomplishments at the Latin American Studies, Dr. Wilkie? How many books? You are the editor of Statistical Abstract of Latin America.
That wasn't published by this Latin American Studies. That wasn't published by Latin American Studies.
So what's the title of the whole series? Statistical?
Latin American Studies published by the Center, and I wasn't director of the Center.
Stop, please stop so I can understand what you're saying. Why are you running away when
I just feel crowded in on you by you.
How many years did you spend at UCLA?
I'm still at UCLA since 1968.
Today is November 24th, 2020, and I'm interviewing Dr. James Wilkie of Statistical Abstract of Latin America Research at UCLA. Can you hold this book so I can? No, the book. Can you show me the title there? So when did we discover each other? In September 1990 at Seagate?
1991.
It was 1991, and
17.
and you were visiting